Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 909, and today's topic is the manufacture of spirit varnishes, oleoresinous varnishes and Japans. Japans are a very special type of varnishes which are used to give the shining color or luster to the paint, and this Japans varnishes are mixed in paint. The manufacture of spirit varnishes are very simple as compared to oleoresinous varnishes. In the case of spirit varnishes, the natural resins are mixed with volatile oil. It may be methylated spirit, and if synthetic one is used, means resins, then we have to add some plasticizer in order to avoid any type of cracking or brittleness once the paint is dried. In the case of manufacture of oleoresinous varnishes, here the drying oil is used, and the oil may be linseed oil, soya oil, tung oil, and some of the natural or synthetic resins may not be properly soluble or dispersed. For example, kauri gum is not soluble in these oils, that is linseed oil. So in that condition, first we have to depolymerize, means the complexity of resin, because resin is a very complex polymer. So it is heated up to 300 degrees centigrade temperature so that it is depolarized. Depolymerized means it is changed into little bit simpler molecules in the form of foaming. Once foaming starts, and foaming of all these natural resins will start around 300 degrees centigrade temperature, and then you start mixing the oil and thinner in it, and then continue stirring till the uniform viscous material is obtained by addition of thinners. You know, I have already discussed thinners, dryers, and anti-sinking materials. In this way, oleoresinous varnishes are manufactured. Then the third one is, that is your Japans. Japans is a type of special varnish, and this varnish is of two types. That is called painters Japans and decorators Japans. Painter Japans mainly it is used as a painting material, and decorators Japan is used to use for beautification, for decoration. And here these varnishes are added in paint just to give very good shining color, that is called luster. So these three varnishes I am going to give in writing one by one. So here I am discussing how to manufacture these three types of varnishes, that is spirit varnish, and then oleoresinous varnish, and third one is Japan's special type of varnish. I have already discussed in previous lecture the materials what are required, like thinner, dryer, plasticizer, anti-sinking agent. All these are mixed properly with either synthetic or natural resins with different solvent or oil. So this is the main, we can say, background of preparing the varnishes. So number one, spirit varnishes. Preparation of spirit spirit varnish. So the preparation of spirit varnish is easier than the oleoresinous varnish, and the spirit varnish can be manufactured by simply mixing the natural resin and solvent in the barrel. Barrel means one barrel may contain around 200 liter of solvent, and different type of natural and synthetic resins are available. Just buy it, mix it, and in the last I am going to give exact ratio and percentage of all this mixing at the end of the lecture of these varnishes. And in that barrel, by continuous stirring, mix it, add thinner, plasticizer, whatever is required, and your spirit varnish is ready for use. Solvent in barrel. Stirring continued till the resin is completely dissolved. The solution is allowed to settle, filtered, and heated to obtain desired viscosity. And if in case viscosity of varnishes and paints, they play very important role. And viscosity is maintained by adding, that's why we call it thinner. Kerosene oil, castor oil, naphtha, hydrocarbon, these are all thinners mainly used, and we have to check properly the viscosity. If viscosity is not proper, is not as what it is desired, then your varnish can fail and there can be cracking or breaking, or it may not be properly coated on the surface of either wood or metal. So for that, to get the desired viscosity, in that case we have to heat it and stir it so that all those complex resins, they can be depolymerized, and by depolymerization means breaking down into simpler molecules so that viscosity will be less viscosity. Then the spirit varnishes. With synthetic resins is necessary to bake the resin. That one I discussed when you are having the natural resins. Once you are using synthetic resin to prepare the spirit varnish, in that case your bake is necessary to bake the resin. What is that baking? With synthetic resin is necessary to bake the resin for some desired characteristics. You have to obtain some desired characteristics to be allowed by tempering with plasticizer. So you have to heat it with plasticizer, and you have to get some desired characteristic so that then you can use the solvent for achieving desired adhesive properties. So adhesive property means how it is going to stick to the surface. That is called adhesive property. So that characteristic, it has to be achieved by bake. That is called tempering properties. The precipitation, the preparation of split varnishes. If the resin is like cellulosic, derivative of cellulose, like nitrocellulose, acetate cellulose, ethyl cellulose, then the use a mixture of more than one solvent. And here some small amount is common practice. So in this case, once it is cerulic resins, then you need small amount of two mixtures. And for example, the split varnish, in this case solution, the natural resin, here you are adding silac. Silac is a type of your resin, and that is added in alcohol. So that is the solution of your split varnish. Number 2, oleoresinous varnishes. Oleoresinous varnishes means here drying oil is vegetable oil. It can be linseed oil, it can be soy oil, it can be tung oil, all this. and they are the solution of natural or synthetic resins. So in these oils, we can use both natural as well as synthetic resins. And in a drying oil like linseed oil, and also we have to add thinner. Some natural resins such as kauri gum are not soluble in oil. In such cases, varnish is manufactured by depolymerization, and depolymerization is possible only by heating up to 300 to 350 degrees centigrade temperature, so that its viscosity is reduced and its complexity is reduced. That is called depolymerization at 300 to 350 degree temperature until foaming ceases. First there will be formation of foaming, huge quantity, and slowly the foaming will settle down. Once foaming is settling down means its depolymerization is complete. And the hot natural resin is then mixed with drying oil, and again it is heated to get correct desired viscosity, and then solution is cool at 100 degrees centigrade temperature, then thinner is added, and in this way the oleoresinous varnish is ready. Now next one, number 3, that is Japan's varnishes. Is a special type of varnish. Japan's are a special type of varnishes which are added to paint to give shining, beautiful luster. Japans are of two types. One is called painter's Japans, and second one is called decorative Japans. The painter's Japan consists of a resin dissolved in a drying oil containing drier and thinner. They give more luster to the paint. Decorative Japan consists of asphaltum or similar material, and it provides color and luster to the paint. Decorative Japans are prepared by heating linseed oil and litharge for about 5 to 6 hours, and that is temperature at about 230 degrees centigrade. As a result of this, a solid mass is obtained, and that solid mass is called lead oil. This oil is mixed with asphaltum, and a suitable thinner is used, such as kerosene oil. Japans are used for bicycle painting, motorcycle painting, electrical devices, etc. Number 4, important properties of good varnishes, or important characteristic and properties of good varnishes. If varnishes are having these properties, then you can identify that this varnish is of good quality. A, it should be soft and tender. First condition, it should be soft and tender. B, it should be able to absorb expansion or contraction of coating material such as wood or metal because of variation of temperature and weather condition. Sometimes expansion, sometimes contraction, so there should not be any cracking and breaking of that varnishes. It should adorn itself. C, it should dry very quickly. It shows that quickly drying means volatile solvent is good and thinner is good, that's why it can dry very quickly. D, it should give hard, tough, durable and wear and tear resistant film. And E, on drying, the film of the varnish should be glossy and well as well as shining. It should be glossy and shining after drying. F. The film should be aesthetically appealing, elastic film. So with this I will stop. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.